va a ser hora. A ver, ¿qué es esto?
Soon. I'm almost there. Just... Please, someone. Stop it.
What the fuck? En tu cara. Esto sigue emporrado.
Let me try and summarize this. Helena Doman was the mastermind behind the entire incident. But Helena Doman was actually P.J. Clarkson's son, who had severed ties with the family. Helena was also known as Professor R, the mother brain behind the drug known as Sang Rouge.
That's right.
No pasa nada. Melinda lo perdonó.
She was responsible for everything?
Not everything, but most of it. Almost everything went according.
But if you'd already figured out that much, why did you continue to stay in Le Carré?
Because we had to.
You had to. Whatever for?
The goddess was still there.
The goddess.
The goddess of fertility.
Lise Clarkson's body.
No.
Not her. She was as beautiful as a goddess, but she wasn't the goddess. She was just a tragic victim.
Then who is the goddess of fertility?
The person at the root of this case.
¿Y quién?
Is it some kind of metaphor? For example, the vast wealth that the red powder yielded.
Las partes estas de aquí se hacen muy lentas, tío.
Embodied abundance on the outside, but in that void was threatening to swallow up all of Lucare.
Que se calle el niño ya, hostia. No es por eso no quiero hijos, porque son un puto coñazo.
Shut up!
¿Y por qué no me veo siendo madre?
Are you okay, Mr. Morgan? Morgan almost sounds like a prophet talking about the end of the world. Vague, elusive, but every now and then he adds an interval of truth. Patricia Clarkson is one of those. She's something special. Something irreplaceable.
Ok. No.
Instead of kicking your floor, perhaps it'd be wiser to invest in a soundproofing mat.
Are you irritated, Belle? Yes, of course you are. You think we lack a common human trait, and that we're crazy. Human refuse.
Mira cómo me siento yo, hijo,
That's
ser
how we
humana.
look to
Vamos,
you,
chicos.
isn't it?
I would never go that far, but you did surprise me. Just doesn't seem like the kind of attitude one should display when in the company of...
Yes, we're sorry.
Me da mucha rabia tener que pasar yo con el botoncito de los huevos.
It just made us remember a time when that noise kept ringing out, and we couldn't stop it. That flight from Newark Liberty to Seattle Tacoma. It was the first flight we took as FBI agent. The plane was shaking violently due to turbulence. And when we looked to the side, we got worried. So then the baby started crying. It was so loud. We could... And since it was so loud, the rest of the passengers started glaring at us. At first, the mother and I waved our hands, but our efforts were in vain. The more our anxiety levels rose, the louder its cries grew, shrill and piercing, as if they were heralding the apocalypse. We were powerless, and the baby's mother was helped. Once the plane landed safely in Tacoma, the baby finally stopped crying. We heaved a sigh of relief and looked at the mother. Then she said, "Whose child is this?" We were shocked. So we asked her what was going on. Apparently, sometime after she boarded the flight, then it ordered her to call me over and kept sitting there.
Qué cosa
As
más
if
rara.
nothing was... Can you believe that? Bizarre, isn't it? While we were talking, the baby disappeared. The being responsible for all that loud, grating noise simply disappeared
porros le han hecho
without a
efecto.
trace. Ever since then, whenever I hear a baby crying, I remember that bizarre experience. Well, what do you think, my fairy? Was it some sort of sign?
¿Y ahora qué?
You're still searching for Patricia, yes?
You don't need to worry about that. We're investigating. In fact, we've almost reached our goal. We just need to find some conclusive evidence.
Oh, we sincerely hope that's the case. Hard to believe, though. After all, so far you've just been barking up the wrong tree.
Barking up the wrong tree.
That's right. You shouldn't be wasting time here. You should be out there.
Then I'll just ask you straight away. Do you know where she is?
No, we don't. But we can feel it when we close our eyes and become one with the world. It's very faint, but we can see her.
Entonces
Are you
está
trying to
escondida.
distract me again? Or do you really expect me to believe you're clairvoyant or something?
Hombre, York, poderes tiene.
What do you think we are, X-Men? It's metaphysical.
He actually asked me where Patricia... Does he have full confidence? Fine. I'll just ask him everything.
Ok, vamos a seguir preguntando por Le Carré.
No,
Uy, mierda,
Not
lo he
her.
pasado.
Galena was someone else.
Then who killed her?
It's written in the report, isn't it?
Yes. But I'm asking you. Would you mind answering me in your own words?
Es verdad, todavía no sabemos quién mató a
You see,
Galina.
I find your entire story highly suspicious.
It's a complicated matter.
¿Quién la mató? Es que no lo sabemos.
Extremely complicated. By the way, how did the FBI find Lisa's body? After 14 whole years.
That's none of your business.
Are you saying they just happened to be investigating the Clarksons' cold storage warehouse? That there was some undercover terrorism plot afoot there?
I said it's none of your business.
Well, then we'll just have to guess. It was an anonymous tip.
Puede
Tip
ser.
related to Sang Rouge. Did we hit the nail on the...
Pues seguramente.
But that's not what we want. After all, the FBI gets hundreds of tips every day. Right, my fairy? Here's what I really want to know. Why, out of all those tips, did you select that one? Would you tell us that much? What urged you to make a beeline?
That's none of your business. Don't let him draw you into his game. Stay calm, Aaliyah.
Ok.
The future influences the present just as much as the past. You asked me why I spent an entire 2 days observing you before I came to speak with you. Well, here's why. Over those 49 hours, I observed the intervals between your actions. When you were neither doing something nor doing nothing. I intently studied your intervals between action to action. And people reveal everything during the intervals between their actions. For example, when you eat alone versus eating with someone else. The most prominent differences always appear when someone either begins or finishes eating a meal. And since these are unconscious actions, they can't be consciously hidden. When you prepare to eat or finish eating, when you move in to clean up, when you pick up a book or
Es
close
que se hace
one.
súper largas estas partes,
Human
la verdad.
actions speak volumes. Not even the person doing
Es
the
lo malo de
actions
este
is
juego.
conscious of them. That's my modus operandi. And here's the conclusion it helped me reach.
A ver qué nos
There's
dice.
one other person in this house, isn't there?
You're incredible, Bill. You outdid all our expectations. Impressive. You're right, Bill. But only half right.
Half?
You should still be proud, though. Honestly, we never thought you'd make it this far. You've got real talent.
Most of what you say... If this goes to court, I won't let you claim that your testimony is inadmissible just because of your little indulgence there.
Fine by us. We can even put it in writing if you want. We won't run or hide. Will we, my fairy? Where's the paper? I know I had it around here somewhere. Where is it? We're fine.
Hey, everything okay? What's going on out here? Oh, don't tell me.
He's just suffering from nausea. I was more worried about you. You were in there for quite some time.
Yeah, sorry.
Es que tenía una
Ever since you
cagalera
got here,
explosiva.
I've been all backed up.
Mr. Morgan, can you stand?
Is this a sign from a coffee? What could it be?
Libélula.
What is it trying to tell me? Think.
Is that a dragonfly?
Sí.
Footsteps. Big footsteps. Footsteps. Big footsteps.
Some odd fella was following her around. Stalking her like.
That poor girl, Lise, she was a druggie, and she was into the really bad.
The Red Soul has the power to amplify the unique characteristics we all possess, mentally and physically. That's why I created the Holy Red Powder.
Ok.
You okay? Hey,
Algo ha pasado.
We're fine. Just feeling a little tired. Would you take us to get our medicine?
sure. It's in the bathroom, right? Whew. Seems like he's calmed down a little. We should let him rest for...
One more step and I could have cornered Morgan.
A ver. ¿Qué va a
So
pasar?
be it. I can still keep investigating, even if the owner of this chair... Simon Jones, what a piece of work.
Vale, ¿y qué investigo? O sea, ¿me puedo levantar?
Let me get one thing straight. You started this investigation based on an anonymous tip, right? What kind of a tip was it? Phone or mail?
What does that matter at this point?
This may surprise you, but these kinds of details
Hombre, los detalles son
really eat me
importantes.
up inside. I always get hung up on the most insignificant of details, especially during the most vital times. You know how people go to bed early the night before they have a big job? That's exactly the time where I start. When did I last clip my nails? How long is my milk good for? I just can't help myself. I can't resist the need to know. It's just the way I am.
It was sent in an envelope. Postmarked December 28th, sent out from Louisiana.
What did it have inside?
A postcard with a dragonfly on it. A wrapped sample of Sang Rouge. And a note.
What did it say?
Investigate the Clarksons. FK.
FK.
That's it?
Ya sé quién es.
Yes, that's it.
Who's FK?
Yo sí sé quién es FK.
Anonymous tip, remember? It's obviously just a fake name.
Did you confirm that?
Y vais a saber quién es pronto.
Of course I did. Louisiana has a population of 4.5 million. The FBI database has a list of 6,682 individuals whose initials are FK. 1 out of every 6 individuals is a child under the age of 14, born after 2005. The remaining 5,500 people include those whose initials changed after they married or incarcerated individuals. That's when I stopped searching for FK. And it isn't important where the tip came from. All that matters is solving the case. I got this far by taking the most efficient route possible. Are you satisfied now?
Yeah. Thanks. I feel a lot better now. Yep, it all checks out.
Shouldn't you look after him?
I gave him his meds and let him rest.
Let him rest where?
In the bathtub. It happened to have a blanket and a pillow in it.
Madre mía.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe he sleeps in the tub. I feel like I saw that once in some vampire movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. More importantly, how long has he been like that?
It's stage 4 cancer. He's had it for a while now.
No, I'm talking about his face. It looks as white as a sheet. You can even see all his veins. I've never heard of any cancer side effect like that.
Who knows?
Hombre, a
Now
ver.
that you mention it,
Yo no sé
he
cómo es un
started
cáncer
going
etapa
really
4.
crazy around the beginning of December.
In what way?
He changed pizza places.
This better not be another joke.
It's not, really. It's before December. He always used to order delivery from a Chicago-style joint all the
Que
way
la
up
pizza
near
es muy
Memphis.
importante.
But one day, he took one look at one of their trademarked red boxes and totally lost it.
Red, huh?
You better believe it. He started screaming gibberish at the pizza boy and chased him away. Next thing I know,
Do you think that's when his fear of red began surfacing more
beats me. I mean, there isn't a better Chicago-style pizza place that delivers around this area. How could someone give up on that just because they don't like the box?
A ver si tienes fobia al color rojo.
Were you serious for even a fraction of that story? The letter that was delivered to me bore the Clarkson symbol. A postcard decorated with a single sheet of paper or and.
Joder. ¿Qué quiero? Oye, no me deja. No me deja mirar abajo a la... No me deja.
Agent, you
Voy a pasar esto.
have.
Gracias.
So, why did you decide to take this case?
Because it's my job.
Really?
Why not?
You aren't just following orders here. Some kind of special emotion. There's no use trying to hide it. Despite how I may look, data analysis is my forte. I know how to see through lies. I don't mean to be nosy, but would it kill you to confide in me a little? I didn't manage to live this long simply because I'm fiendishly handsome.
Joder, Simon,
And
de verdad.
besides, we're going to be tiptoeing across a thin line of legality with the rest of this case, so I'd prefer to have some probable cause. That way, at least I can back you up when you need.
There exists in the world a single path along which no one can go except you. Whither does it lead? Do not ask.
You're pulling out Nietzsche at a time like this?
Nietzsche.
I have a little brother. After overdosing on a certain drug, he was thrown into rehab. He's been clean for 2 years now, but he still won't utter a single word. All day long, he's plagued by hallucinations. He can't tell if he's dead or alive, if this is reality or if it's all a dream.
Sang Rouge.
La Sang
That's
Rouge.
right. The doctor can't tell what's causing his condition, so they can't treat him. He just told me to prepare for the possibility that I may never get my brother back. This was his. I bought it for him after he graduated high school and found a job. He never got a
Pobrecito.
single chance to wear it, though. Someday, I believe that he'll get better.
So, you think that if we nab the person behind all this, we may figure out how to conquer the addiction?
Por supuesto.
Right.
You really think it'll be that easy?
I don't
Por
know.
supuesto.
But I can't just sit around and do nothing. He's the only family.
What about your parents?
When I was only 13, Katrina took him, leaving my 7-year-old brother and I behind.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I've already dealt with my past. Now I'm just working as hard as I can to complete the duty I've been given.
Yeah.
Hey, Agent Jones, I just want to double-check one thing.
Nope.
It must be the bedroom then.
Are you serious?
Now you're having second thoughts?
Well, not...
Vamos a mirar la habitación entonces,
I
¿no?
understand how you feel, but he's got an incurable disease. And he used to be one of us.
So? The truth he's given us so far could all be completely fabricated. He's a
Pero
genius
no la es.
lone wolf agent who solved nothing but difficult cases during his years of active duty. That's what they told me at Quantico, at least. Over and over again. I had to listen to them talk about how no one could ever replicate the kind of work he did. But let's be real here.
Bueno, pero es que a veces alguien tiene que destacar en esta vida, querida.
It was inhuman.
Y tú no vas a ser.
It looked like the face of a killer who's been possessed by death. Patricia Clarkson is here, in the next room, only a single wall away from us. After 14 years, he went back to Le Carré, kidnapped her, and imprisoned her here. He's trying to complete something big right now, something that's deeply connected to Sang Rouge.
No creo. No creo que Patricia está ahí. Ay.
What is all this?
Pues una habitación. ¿No lo ves? ¡Ay, que me muevo! Bueno, me muevo.
Pictures of people from Le Carré.
Y esos son de Greenvale.
And this wall is dedicated to Greenvale.
Si os acordáis, eran Anna, George, Emily. No, Emily está. No, Emily no está. Anna Graham, Diane... se me ha olvidado. Thomas.
All the deceased have been Sheriff Melvin Woods.
¡Spoiler! Melvin muere, chicos.
Lise Clarkson? Where's Patricia?
That's our altar. What are you doing?
Atrapada. Me voy a poner las gafas. Bueno, estoy atrapada. Es que te metes en casa ajena y encima te pones a investigar, señora. No tiene sentido. Bueno. Bien, volvemos aquí. Este es el puente levadizo, ¿no? ¿O no? Es lo que no sé. Le carré. Las semillas rojas. The red tree.
York! Agent York! York! Agent York! York! Agent York! Hey! Agent York! Agent York?
Se ha quedado embobado.
Hey! Hey, Agent York.
You're Lise Clarkson.
¿Eh?
What's wrong? You're acting weird.
Sorry, Patty, I'm fine now.
Algo ha pasado.
More importantly, do these red seeds come from some kind of plant that grows around this area?
I don't know. What do I look like, a botanist?
This isn't your average backwoods town. The Clarksons' ego and control has been piercing the town's heart like a massive dinosaur bone. But over this past century, time has been busy eroding the beast's power from within. And now, the very thing that once fortified this town is polluting it with putrid gas and rotten marrow. Zach, this is the point where it all collapses.
Ok. ¿Y ahora qué? Ok. Tin. Tin, tin. Tin. Piri, pin. Ok. Obviamente las semillas.
These red seeds keep sticking out to me. But we need to figure out what's going on with this altar. Isn't that right, Zach?
Ok.
This altar is covered in
Está bien
burn marks,
restos
but there's
quemados.
hardly any residue left. There's no way for me to tell what was burned. I could send it home for analysis, but it'll just end up giving Abrahams more. More importantly, Zach, someone who knew how to manipulate fire was behind. In other words, These roots prove that Lena was here. After
Okay.
Lise Clarkson was murdered, her body was put back together here. Just like how Galena's body was dismembered, then rearranged within the holding cell. Lena Doman and PJ's bodies were also blown to pieces in the end. Perhaps that's the nature of the curse that's taken hold of the Clark. What do you think, Zach? Is there any significance to these similarities? These bridge beams have a very unique shape to them. One straight support in the center.
Un árbol
reinforced by-
rojo.
Did this bridge always look? Oh well, I'm sure it has nothing to do with this. Let's move on with the
Ok.
Zach, among all the different footprints here are a set made from engineer boots. Yes, I know. He probably only made them when he came to inspect the scene.
Eso
I'm
seguramente.
sure that Patty and I left our own set of prints here too. But how do you explain the set that's inside the yellow tape?
Correcto, piedra.
There's a flat, evenly weighted stone here. I bet we could use this to score an amazing stone skip. Let's give it a try whenever. For now,
Bueno.
the growth is all missing from this particular section. It wasn't just cutaway. She used everything was planned so meticulously. As if that's why Chuck ended up discovering it.
Ok. 55 pavos más. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Hongingan? No.
Hey! FBI! What the hell you doing back here?
Pues no lo ves. Pues aquí.
You already solved the case, yeah?
No.
Go on! Get your ass out of town!
No está resuelto.
Why do you think I solved the case?
Shoot! Exactly how stupid are you, FBI? This is Luke Carre, remember?
Luke Carey.
Every feller in town already knows that.
Hey, Chuck. Can you see the altar from there?
I'd see the whole damn thing. Along with your stupid ass standing there.
You told me that the poacher's boat you were chasing disappeared around this area, correct?
Yeah, that's what I said, all right. What? You forget? If you're just gonna waste our tax dollars out here, least you could do is catch them goddamn poachers. Fucking FBI, go and make yourself useful. for
Joder, le
once
está
in your
poniendo
damn
fino
life.
filipino, ¿eh?
Chuck, we don't chase down fishing boats. Unless it's a terrorist boat that plans to overthrow our government, that is.
Huh, then stop acting all leery, like I ain't being truthful or whatever. I'm busy too, you know.
Adiós.
Zach, he just taught us what the true purpose of this altar is. It was built here so that the ritual could be watched from a boat in the bayou.
What do you mean? They could have just walked out here. There's no...
The goddess of fertility, Patty.
Hongan, Hangan. A ver qué me das ahora, Hangan.
The goddess of fertility. A fine name indeed. So much blood has been shed. Surely, you know why.
Of course I do, Hungan. My work here isn't finished yet. You know, I could really use one of your oracles right now.
Vamos, Hangan, dame algo.
You're more fun than I thought. Here's the oracle you ask for. Speak to the 17
Con los 17 camaradas que vieron
who
hacer
saw
Nueva
the
Orleans
birth
debería hablar.
of New Orleans.
17 camaradas.
Feel
Y
the
el café
holy
celestial
aura.
llenar.
The giant lady's finger points down
Dedo
toward
de
your
dama.
goal. The entrance to the
Poetic and graceful as ever, Hungan.
Hostia, ahora estoy perdida.
Hungan's oracles are leading us toward the core. That's the one, but don't miss. I'm not my only metaphysical.
A ver.
The 17 comrades must refer to some area that has 7.
Vale, es esta entonces.
The French established the colony of La Nouvelle-Orléans in 1718, just about 300 years ago. The only 17 comrades that would have been around back then. A majestic road lined by oak.
Okay.
Let's go ask these sages of Luca. Zach, the Holy Allah
Un cazo
is a
celestial.
shockingly simple metaphor, especially considering the quality of the oracles we've received thus far. It seems as if Hungan's poetic muse. The great thing about us Americans
Y el
is
cazo
that we can
celestial.
recreate our homeland anywhere. We're happy to transport crunchy bacon across the deserts of Africa if we need to. That's what it means to be American. And this whole that's it.
¿Esto?
I never doubted you, Zach. The Holy Allah refers to a water tower. Specifically that water tower with its Clarkson family crest. It must be hiding some sort of clue. Let's fill the Allah and see what it yields.
Vale. ¿Ya? Pues fácil, ¿no?
Zach, what do you think the giant lady's finger is? I'm at a loss. I never thought one of Hungan's childish riddles would force me to think so hard. But,
Bueno.
well, I'm sure that as we deal with the rest of the oracle, it'll reveal itself.
Ok.
What? Is there something on my face?
Listen carefully, Patricia. As my skilled assistant, I trust you a great deal. So I want you to answer me honestly.
Answer what?
Do you have any idea where Melvin might have gone?
No.
He didn't seem to be acting or talking differently than usual?
No. I don't think so.
Okay, I believe your words. Zach, we have a lot of work to do.
Tenemos que encontrar a
Feels like
Melvin.
we're
Porque ha desaparecido. Ok, vamos a ir primero a la hilera. Vamos a ir, que está aquí. Ti, 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 ti. Pa, 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 pa. Hombre, este tipo de música sí que es muy rollo meterse una rayita de Sunrush, también te digo. O sea, que va acompañado con el juego. Vale, pero no. Aquí. Y que tengo que revisar.
Zach, do you sense that? These trees have watched over this land for the past 300 years.
No
Long
entiendo.
before the Clarksons built up their town, these trees were here.
¿Y qué me quieres decir?
If they could speak, I wonder what they'd have to say about this. Has there always been a different number of trees on each side?
Yeah. I heard that by the time our town came along, they were...
Y aquí quedaba... O sea, debería
A
haber
general
18.
from the south might have cut one down during the Civil War.
Intriguing, Patty. Why did he cut one down?
I don't know. Folks say he planted a red tree in its place. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
Zach.
Es cierto.
Patty, it appears that legend about the red tree wasn't a total lie. The first tree is withered and gone, but the shells from its seeds remain. Perhaps that red tree left...
Hola, Willy. Se llama Willy. Es que es del primer juego. Dejarme un momento que toca hacer una
Zach, he
cosa.
seems to know something that we don't. Doesn't it seem like he's trying to guide us somewhere?
What? What's going on?
Change of plans, Patty. Let's go on a little stroll with that Dalmatian.